Storm now carving a path of destruction across southeast Texas. The storm now bringing heavy rain, catastrophic flooding, and now spawning tornadoes. Right now, the entire city of Houston is under a flash flood emergency. The powerful storm now being blamed for at least one death in the town of Rockport. In Palacios, just south of Houston, parts of the city are now underwater from flooding. In Victoria, some 20,000 people are now in the dark. Harvey ripped down power lines and tossed around boats like toys when the storm made landfall Friday night as a Category 4 hurricane. WJZ has complete team coverage of Tropical Storm Harvey tonight. Weijia Jiang reports for WJZ from Corpus Christi, one of the areas hardest hit by the storm. Meteorologist Tim Williams now tracking the storm's path and impact. Devin Bartolotta has a look at how Maryland Red Cross volunteers are now helping in the Lone Star State. Our team coverage starts with Weijia.
Harvey continues to pound southeast Texas with torrential rain, and the water is rising fast.
Ranging from Corpus Christi to the Houston area, perhaps as much as between 20 and 30 more inches of rain could be coming down. There is the potential for very dramatic flooding.
The monster storm slammed into the Texas Gulf Coast late Friday night with 130-mile-per-hour winds. The town of Rockport was hit hard. Many homes and businesses are gone, torn apart by the power of a Category 4 hurricane.
He had no idea.
75-year-old Elton Jones's house was destroyed.
Every room in the house, the roof caved in. They had a clay tile roof. It's all gone.
We met Jones at the only open business in town, a coffee shop still with power thanks to a generator. Matthew Otero is the owner.
Do you even recognize Rockport this morning?
I do, but as a hurt Rockport, as a fallen Rockport, you know?
Even before Harvey hit, flooding was a major concern, and this is exactly why. Many roads around Rockport are already flooded, leaving cars stranded, and even more rain is expected in the days to come.
The movement, it is stationary. That is dangerous. We're going to deal with catastrophic flooding from Harvey the next few days.
The Coast Guard rescued more than a dozen people who were left stranded when boats started taking on water near Port Aransas, and as many as 50 homes were damaged by a suspected tornado in Missouri City. And another possible twister formed in Cypress, just outside of Houston. Hundreds of evacuees remained in shelters Saturday night, not knowing when or what they'll find when they do return home. Weijia Jiang, WJZ Eyewitness News.
First warning weather team coverage continues right now. Meteorologist Tim Williams tracking Harvey's path, including tornadoes as well as plenty of flooding for folks in Houston tonight. Tim?
Definitely, Jonathan. You know, you've heard several things. One is that this storm came ashore as a Category 4 hurricane that was early this morning and has since weakened to a mid-level, mid-strength tropical storm, but a tropical storm nonetheless. You just heard Jonathan mention that it is also presenting some problems with tornadoes. Well, there are tornado watches. All the red you see in the background here on First 20 Live Doppler radar. That's a tornado watch there in parts of the area. There are tropical storm warnings in parts of the area because this storm is presenting not only the potential for the severe thunderstorms, but also a lot of lightning. So this is a very active storm system, a very active one with lightning, thunder, and torrential downpours as long as this thing is sitting there. You've also heard that it was basically stationary. The movement, as you see in the bottom of our data box there, is to the east-northeast at 1 mile per hour. This is a very large storm to just be moving at 1 mile per hour. It is now just around 75 miles to the east of San Antonio with winds sustained at 50 miles per hour with gusts up to 65. So the winds are also presenting some problems because, again, it is just sitting in one area and just pounding the area between San Antonio, Houston, Austin as well, and down toward Corpus Christi. These are our spaghetti models that show the movement of this storm over the next potentially 48 hours. And you'll notice that many of them have it circling back around and back into the warm waters of the Gulf of Mexico. Should that happen, this storm could go from a tropical storm and re-intensify again to a hurricane status. That would happen likely the beginning of next week. We'll continue to keep you posted. For now, Jonathan, back over to you.